1. All right, so we have an ES chart here. 14 and 30. This is a daily chart. I want to do actually a weekly also. I want to start from weeklies. I like looking at weekly charts because weekly gives a better direction. And I'll show you right now. When it comes in, come. Here we go. Right now, we're forming an inside week, or also known as a candle combo. Basics, candle combos, large engulfing candle, green candle, with an inside red candle. Usually forms at the 14 or the 30 SMA, or if you have your Keltner channels, it forms basically at the average Kelt, which is the middle Kelt. So currently we're looking for the 14 SMA to hold on this weekly time frame, and we're looking for a bounce there. So my target and the reason for me getting the 302s was because of the 30 SMA for SPY and for ES on the weekly chart. It's been last week, the reason I called we gapped down and it was going to be an outside candle. Why? Because that 14 retest. We already tested the 14 2 weeks prior, and then they're going to get that retest for last week, and then this week we're going to go inside. So it should take another week to get to 302. We just got to see what happens here, though. So let's get chat. There we go. Daily chat. Daily chart. All right. The fibs and everything like that, I don't want you guys to even focus on the fibs. I want you to focus just on the 14 and 30. So I'm actually going to open up a new chart just with 14 and 30. Give me 1 second. I'm going to save this study set. I'm going to do a new drawing set too. Fibs 1430. I'm going to save that. Perfect. What I like to do is I like to have a blacked out grid. This actually helps, makes everything look so much better than with all those levels from your Fibonacci extensions and retracements. So here we have our daily chart in ES, targeting the 30 SMA below for a bounce. So this is the thing when I want you guys to trade the 14 and 30, I want you to start with the weekly, move to the 30. You want to see where the support is, where the resistance is. You start finding where the resistance is on the intraday timeframes as opposed to the larger timeframes as well. What period? Always weekly. But throughout the week, Mondays, you always look at your weekly charts all the time. You have to look at your weekly charts. You want to see where we open at on the week, and Fridays you want to see where we close at on the week. It's always good to watch the last 30 minutes of the weekly candle on a Friday. That's another reason for lottos for me, because sometimes when you look at the weekly candle, I'm gonna show you right here. I'm gonna show you something from last week. I'm surprised they didn't like really retest the prior week to highs. I don't know why they didn't do that. We did get over we got over last week's highs this week to open yesterday. I want to get a better time frame. I think it's mostly 30 minutes. You'll see. Leave me alone. What period of time? All right. So this is a 30-minute. Jesus Christ. We're using ES right now. I actually prefer to use SPY, but I like to use ES because it's 24. If we get any purple candles, that's going to be nice reversal. So it's a 30-minute, 1430. My favorite intraday chart For trading is 15 and 30 minute. 15 and 30 minute. I'm actually going to try to make a 14-minute chart too. I just want to see if there's any type of correlation with the 14-minute, because I like trading the 30-minute with the 14 SMA. If that makes any sense. Ooh, they had to leave the highs test for Thursday or Friday. For Thursday's highs. Okay. 1 year, 2 years doesn't really matter how far out you want the time frame like you want that the period. It doesn't matter. Like me personally, weeklies, quarterlies, yearlies, monthlies, dailies, 10 years minimum going out. For intraday charts, 360 days is fine. So for daily and weeklies ready, you want like beyond 2 years, 10-year minimum. That's how far out you want to go. So this is a 30-minute chart. We can start from Monday. Let me do four. Actually, let's do 2x4. Is it 2x4? Perfect. Okay. We're gonna make one of these SPY. Oh, yes. We're gonna do 15-minute top left, 30-minute top right, H4s, bottom left, or you can do H2 as well. Actually, let's go H3 because I'm loving H3. These are time frames, guys. Let's get off the features, right? So I gotta turn off volume. Just give me a second to do this. All right, perfect. It's getting very constructive too. See, the best part about shorter time frames too is you get to see like those levels to the T. So if you like another thing you don't see on larger time frames is why there's a certain level holding up. So when you basically if you go from like a weekly to H4, you'll see a lot of levels. Like, all right, so I'm gonna make an example with that right now. I'm gonna top left corner is gonna be weekly, and this is the H4 at the bottom right. Like the more you watch charts, the more you can look at a pattern and find a trend line without even drawing it. Okay, I just gotta alert that my daughter's mom's meeting's been canceled tomorrow, so I can come tomorrow anytime. Okay. So here, all right, look at the top, look at this corner here. 1 second. What time do you switch to from bear to bull? When you want to go bear, forget about the time frames. It has nothing to do with time frames. You can actually just invert your charts. You invert your charts. Makes it so much easier. So you're buying puts instead of buying calls. when you have a bullish chart on a regular normal chart that we have right now, we have a bull flag happening on the weekly for ES, right? If you inverted that chart, it looks like it looks like a falling wedge. And it looks like a rising wedge as well, too, depending on how you draw your channel. So with that, invert your chart. It makes it so much easier. Like it's like, man, it helps a lot. It helps a lot. That's how I trade short. I invert the chart. If I see too much congestion at a certain price level, like a resistance, then I invert the chart to see why. When I invert that chart, it looks a lot better. You put a minus sign in front of the chart. So right now, like ES at the let's look, ES top right, minus sign in front of it. Inverse the chart. Oh, I forgot. These are all shared charts. Crap. All right, red on this side, and this is gonna be blue on this side. Hope I don't got Spotify on here. Yeah, I do. Let me turn it off. Okay, that. Okay, perfect. Yes. I just want to give you guys a basic on how I trade 14 and 30. I want everything to make sense. So we got 30-minute at the top over there. So we're gonna go 30-minute over here. So this is the normal chart, top left. Let's drag this down. It's gonna be a nice long video. I don't care how long it's gonna take. Okay, here we go. So these are two 15-minute charts. One's inverted, one's regular. You have a whew, you have a rising wedge on this one. Not a rising wedge, actually a rising bull flag. Yes, 3 hour, yes. This right now is the 30-minute, actually. So if you're like trading one ticker and you want to be a bear and a bull at the same time, what's so funny is I think down here at the bottom when you're placing a trade order, if you're using Thinkorswim, I mean, I don't use it to trade on. I just use the platform for the UI. But you can have a side-by-side chart like this, just to trade to go long and short. Like not for nothing, the inverted chart looks bullish in a sense if it bounces off that 14. Target is 27.89. But my issue here is I'm gonna show you what's my issue on this chart. But on this chart here, we have this is a 30-minute on this side, and this is a 30-minute on this side. Oh, I know what I didn't do. 28.41. Hold on. Something's off. That's already automatically should be on. Hold on. No, that's not correct. 1 second appearance. No, that's not correct. Go ahead. Ask your questions if you need be in regarding to 14 and 30. I'm just trying to. There we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, actually is the same. There we go. 14 is blue. 30 is always the yellow. So what needs to happen here is 2850 needs to be reclaimed. We get above that, hold that level, and it lines up with the 14 SMA. So this is how I traded. I get long, or let's take a starter position below our target. So our target is 2850. You'll take a starter position. Let's just say, let's just make this up right now. You can take the 2850 calls. That's your target. 14 to vacuum to the 14. You'll take profit there. You'll take off some. It'll probably reject, come back down, and then get right back above it, where now the 14 actually starts to hold and act as support. And then we follow through with the next vacuum, which would be the 30 SMA. And when that completes, you go to the next chart. So I'm going to show you how we do that. We always start with 15-minute charts. Yes. Today's event, today's move, tomorrow move is also as well going to push that back my targets. Definitely. So we start with 15-minute, right? And I freaking messed up my 15-minute time frame chart too today. Where are you? Let's get rid of the 10. I could get rid of the 5. I don't trade on the 5-minute. There we go. Need my 15-minute. That's very important. There we go. Still got to edit that. But I need 360 days. Nope. 20 days max? No, I don't want that. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Perfection. All right. No, this is not how I train my lotto on Friday as well. Well, yes, Sonny. Yes. It is a part of it. Everything has a part of it. Everything I'm gonna show you tonight has a part of it. Plays a part in picking lottos as well. 14 and 30 has a big part. He said 199 should be support. All right, so boom. Let's bring this back over. So this is 15-minute, and you have your 30-minute to your right, to your left, whatever, however you have it. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Get your 15-minute here. Let me put this actually, let me just sync this with blue. Perfect. We got your 30-minute here. So what you notice on the 15 is more shorter. It's much shorter, sorry. 15 already has completed its 1430 SMA test, and now it's actually forming as a support. Your 30 still has a ways to go. So when the 15-minute touches its 30 SMA, that's when the 30-minute touches its 14 SMA. And once it's complete and price remains above the 14 and 30 on the 15, now you move your 15 over. However you want to change the chart, or you can have 4 boxes, 6 boxes, depending on how many screens you have. It's up to you. I just use my phone, and it's easier. I just click next time frame. So I go 30-minute. If I'm on my computer, I have my laptop, and I have my iPad. I have even more screens, especially for SPY. And then I bump this one up to the hourly, or you can go 2 hours, depending on what you want to do. And you start getting a feel for it too. You're gonna see how big this vacuum is. But you learn as you go on with the 15 and the 30, you get to see basically, as you can see here, how long it usually takes for a vacuum to happen on a certain time frame by using a shorter time frame, the previous one. Does that make any sense? Oh, I'll definitely repeat it again. Even though this is recorded, I have no problem repeating it again. So using shorter time frames, so basically you using the shorter the previous time frame. So to our right, we have the hourly. To the left, we have the 30-minute, right? So the 30 minutes is a shorter time frame, or the hourly in half. So as you can see, we're gonna hit the 14 SMA here. By the time we hit the 14 SMA on the hourly, we have hit the 30 SMA on the 30-minute. Does that make sense? Yes, correct. Shorter time frames confirm the target for the bigger time frame. 15-minute acts as a support. Now that 14 and 30 act as a support on the 15-minute time frame, you move to your 30-minute time frame. When that happens and acts and forms as a support, you move on to your hourly to 2 hour, or your H3 or your H4s. Correct. Bingo. And then when you have your fibs extensions in there, easier to read. Pretty simple. Because the funny part is your fibs line up with your SMAs. Look at this here on the 30-minute. 14 SMAs lined up perfectly with our white bar. It's that connectivity. It's you go from time frame to time frame. We can even do this in reverse. Let's put it. And if you want a short, right? See, when I'm in this mindset, and I'm gonna get to the money, the other mindset as well in regards to account sizing and how you size and how to compound on trades with a big account. I'm gonna show you exactly why I make the biggest mistake. Just 2 reasons I make this mistake. It's not even greed. One is the comfortability of I can accept the loss, and I'm okay with it dropping 20, 30K or 50% because I'm like, okay, it's still holding my level. That level is acting as support. I give myself till Wednesday. If that holds, I'm staying in. I'll just add to that support. I'll add to that level. That means it's time to flip, Eric. My fibs are custom. I went from standard to custom. You start to mess around with it. You find a certain amount, you find simple moving averages or exponential moving averages, your EMAs. When you find those to connect with your fibs and you back test, like it's crazy. Oh, and you know, my customs are classified. I don't share those. But if you play with them enough to watch the videos, you'll probably end up lining them up. Everything is about numbers. You start with your simple moving averages. You backtest them on big time frames, see how they act on shorter time frames. Certain charts don't work. No EMAs. Like I said, I don't use exponentials. I use simple moving. When the 14 touches a support or resistant level, the implication is not, it's not much of an implication. It just shows you that that fib level or that support or resistance level is important. That means you're going to see a lot of action, a lot of price action at that level. What do I look for when choosing the option strike? Simple. Everything is simple. Like right now, I want to short, right? This is an inverted chart for ES, right? I'm going to buy 2850 puts. And then this is futures or whatever. I'll buy Friday's 2880 puts. If that makes sense. So I'm sorry. Oops, I said that wrong. This is actually more. You can actually buy calls on this chart. I'm so sorry. Yes. You will buy calls off a break here. Sorry. I forgot we inverted it. Yeah, the inverted chart threw me off again. It threw me off. It's the numbers. It's the freaking 2860, 2880 going down when it's supposed to be the other way. So you have your inverted chart. This is where you get comfortable to go short. Well, actually, no, you'll actually go long on this chart. You can actually go long because you're targeting the 14 to 30 SMA. So that'll be comfortable to go long and buy calls on this chart. When it bounces and touches the 14 SMA, you buy puts targeting 2789. Yeah, I don't look for volume. Volume only comes in my trades when I just feel the activity is weird. You find out all the most volume comes from congestion at a price level. No. When I'm looking at weekly options, I look at weekly charts. A bigger time frame. This is why I love Mondays. We get a gap down on a Monday. When the candle gaps down or gaps up outside of a weekly candle, it will always fill. It will always fill. Anytime. It will always get sucked one way or the other. When you see that or your time frames 15, 30, H4, H1, whatever, when you see the prices too extended out of the 15, too extended out of the 30, too extended out of the hourly, the H4, then you know it's time vacuum down. RSI, not a big fan. I don't really care about RSI. Those are penny stock days. When 14 crosses up, it's bullish above 30 and vice versa. Candle wise, for me to go short, automatically a bounce off this 14, a hammer, that will cause me to go short 2820s and 2810s. That would be my target of choice. I definitely want to play ES because ES is so, oh my God. ES has been money just watching it. How did I pick the December strike leads for BA? OPC app. There's a feature that lets you put a certain amount of capital you wish to go in. I'm like, you know what? I like where BA's at, where we are right now. I can risk 20K on this trade. So I put the input value of the position I want to take in, and then it finds the best strike, and then it asks you what's your time frame. So my time frame for 235 with it was within 3 months. So it gave me the best strike to go for that. So if that move actually happens in 2 or 3 months, what percentage we're gonna get on that? It made me a little bearish at 320 today. That's when I jumped. Even though that was a little bit late, the bearish engulfing, yes, it's okay. Let's actually go to SPY real quick too. There's just a lot of things. You need confirmation. Confirmation is important. All right, so we're gonna get daily going here, right? Here we go, side by side. And the thing is, they close it flat at the 14 SMA. So what usually happens here is, of course, a gap down below, test the 30 SMA. It's gonna fight for a little bit. It's gonna probably just fade. It's gonna be pop, fade, touch 30 SMA. Then they get it right there. Haven't touched the 30 SMA since when? 4-8. Haven't touched the 14 SMA over here. We touched it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So now it's due to touch the 30 SMA. I remain bullish 278. That 280.42 purple bar is definitely a nice target to read long too. So keep that in mind. Jamel. Yes. I will consider that triple top. Long time, brother. Long time. I would definitely consider that a triple top. Like you guys notice, I went short today late in the day because I just needed that confirmation. And then when I saw the daily, I was like, oh no. You have 2 small body days. What was today's Tuesday? So you got Friday and you got Monday. 20, what is that? 292.44. Keep getting tested and rejected. They popped over it, couldn't get above 294.81. Or what was that? 427 high? Nope, 429 high. Oh, definitely. But you see how they did this candle here? Check this out. See, because I like to give both sides. I don't, people think like I'm a perma bull, perma bear. I honestly just trade price. Sometimes I stick to one side longer than the other because there's nothing telling me to sell. If I created this as a channel, let's remove, get rid of this. So you got 14 and 30. That's it. The reason we went short at 320 today, we were somewhere around, I think, 289, 289 or 290. Right here was a good short. Yep. So see, that's another thing. Let's go back to side by side again. Oops, get a 2x2. I want to show you something. Bigger time frame to the left, smaller time frame to the right. You see that? That's why it's good to watch SPY and ES, because SPY's 14 SMA is what's important. Just my personal opinion. So we know where the downside is. SPY options. So when I use future, I watch futures, I watch ES to trade SPY. And sometimes I just watch SPY. It's much easier. It's much easier. Right now it's currently bearish, targeting the 14 SMA. We got a double rejection on 292.44 for the past 3 weeks. Well, that's this week, last week, and the week prior to that. But we're gonna keep building in the 14 SMA. So I don't see anything lower than 281.56. The 529s? No, 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 no. You can actually average down. You're targeting the 14 SMA on the weekly chart. That's 283.87. 30 SMA on the daily chart is going to come up to that. So if I did, all right, let me show you. And this is what I do too. So since there's no levels in between, I use the 14 SMA. So what I'll do is I'll draw my level here. 14 SMA is curving down. So we got to find out where's the most price action was right here, indecisive, in between these two, where we went weekly up. So 282.84, 14 SMA target, right? Here is there a lot of congestion. You can see that over here on the daily side. Does that make sense? Weekly, yes. We got to get that bounce. It works the exact same way as it does on the intraday chart. I want to give you guys a good intraday chart that winds up with the weekly and the daily. Let's see, 10 minutes, not a 10-minute chart. Let me see, can I use that? Nah. Chia hourly. I just want to get a nice picture. The 282.44 is the weekly 14. I'd say wait. Hold off on the adding. This is why I kept telling you guys, it can be another double inside week. You can see triple insides, quadruple insides. BA has like a quad or maybe more. I love futures, but I love SPY during the day. See, I don't do SPY extended hours. I don't pull up SPY extended hours when I'm charting ES, because I like it raw. I like my SPY chart raw without the extended hours. I let ES have its extended hours in. To find good stock news, what would my suggestion be? My suggestion would be, honestly, I go off of 14 and 30 SMA. I used to trade off of gainers, like gap down pre-market, gap up pre-markets. Those are easy. That's when I was trading stocks. Like that's when I was just trading commons. Those were easy to trade. It's actually hard to have a system to where commons is so easy. It's easier to trade than options are. If that makes any sense. Yeah, SPY extended throws off the 14 and 30 SMA. See, but that's different. That's another vehicle. It's not about scanners, honestly. I like to make my scanner pull as many things that are in a certain direction. Actually, the SPY Max. Crazy. And if this monthly stays inside, which I have a feeling they're gonna do, because they did it before, they did it over here, we can get an opposite 315 target if this monthly holds strong. But then they can go double inside monthly too. That would be scary. Holding that 30 SMA too as well. See, look in the bigger time frames, you get an idea. And look where my 282.84 is, right where the 30 SMA is. Go down to the next chart, weekly. Everything looks more much clearer when you are on a bigger time frame. The larger the time frame, the better. I want to see this touch. I want to see this touch, and I want us to close at 292.44. I'll take that triple top, but I'll take that resistance close any day. Yes and no, but it's also this is why I want Wednesday to happen. We can test it on ES and not have to test it on SPY, which would actually make the 14 SMA weekly change tomorrow, depending on how SPY opens. Yes. But what can happen is ES can retest that low again, that 282 tomorrow, and then they could just rip SPY up from there the rest of the week. So yeah, everything is ES is valid as opposed to SPY when it comes to testing levels. But SPY somehow still test that level regardless. So that's a basic 1430. I'm going to stop the recording for that. That was a basic 1430. We're going to have different